Hello everyone. Today, this is a preliminary discussion that we are having before we commence the actual class. We have completed the different factors that affected capital structure. We shall just now discuss about this capital requirement of an enterprise or a firm can be broadly classified into two broad categories. The purpose for which it is required, or to what capital funds are being used. The capital requirement of any enterprises can be broadly classified as fixed capital requirement and working capital requirement. Fixed capital requirement are needed for making investment in fixed assets, for buying of fixed assets which are used in the business for long term, and hence the money that is required, they are used in the business for a fairly long term. They cannot be withdrawn. Secondly, the working capital requirement depends upon the daily activities or activities the cost of which has to be borne within a short period of time. Take an example: buying of raw material, payment of creditors, meeting of some bills of exchange. This has to be made within a specified period, and especially 1 to 3 years. So the expenses, they have to be borne, these expenses have to be borne within a very short period, and therefore an enterprise needs ready availability of cash or fund so that these short-term obligation and liabilities can be met out of the fund. Therefore, estimating the capital requirement of an enterprise needs a very sound decisions or sound emphasis evaluation of these two requirements, that is fixed capital requirement and working capital requirement. We have already discussed that none of the organization or enterprise wish to be in the condition of either overcapitalization or undercapitalization. But before we actually decide the quantum of the fund that we need for working capital and for fixed capital, they depend upon the variety of factors and which have been enlisted over here. For fixed capital, the nature of business. If the business is of industrial activities, then in an industrial activities, they really requires a very small type of investment. But if the activities are like processing, like analysis, like synthesis, like manufacturing, then where the production or where the activities requires many-fold or many steps, there the fixed capital is more. And industrial activities where larger production takes place, where huge machineries are being purchased, there investment is more. Scale of operation. The business that carries a scale of operation on large basis, they require a greater amount of fixed capital as they needs to be invested in laying the fixed infrastructure that has to be used for a longer period in the business. Coming to the choice of techniques, advancement and innovation in techniques, or techniques can be capital intensive, it can be labor intensive. So if an organization or enterprise is going for technology intensive, the requirement of frequent investment needs to be made as technology is upgraded or innovated, and therefore the requirement is more of fixed capital. Then I have taken this two topic. Technology upgradation is also there. If we require frequent upgradations of technology, then fixed capital has to be more. Finally, the growth prospect. If the company has a larger prospectus of growth, then the capital requirement is more. Now we shall further discuss this, but let us first interact face to face about these topics.